Hey guys, welcome back to another film video with Straight Outta Content. Your boy Carl here with Straight Outta Content. Today is a little unique video. I'm actually going to show you guys, bring you guys into my world as I transition into being a full-time YouTuber. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure you hit that subscribe button because if you check out my other video, I actually, left equal. We split with my job, making about 75 to 80 grand a year to become a full-time YouTuber. And that was because I was able to keep things basic, which stands for business, automotive, investing, sports, and creating. And with those principles that we instilled here in my house and my family, I'm able to leave. I was able to leave, my 9 to 5, literally my 9 to 5, except it was 6 to 3 or 6:30 to 2:30. And, do videos like this, which, generate revenue, even though I'm not getting paid directly from YouTube. The business that we created with Flash Custom Designs pays us very well. On top of everything else that we have with saving and stuff like that and investing, we are able to live our lives as full-time YouTubers and full-time business owners and full-time creators. So today's video is something that I'm working on, which is my podcast, and it's extremely important to me. I'm at episode 25, and again, I'm not making any money, but the reason why I'm putting out this type of content and the reason why you should really pay attention and listen is because I'm doing it trial by fire, right? I'm not 18 years old. I don't get to live with my parents and create content and then, have all the time in the world and no responsibility. No, I have a house, 3-bedroom house, nice house here in a nice neighborhood. I have an 8-year-old daughter, an 8-year-old son, wife, family, bills, you know what I mean? I don't come from money at all. You watch my vlog video the day when I left the job, or the day, when we split, and I'm driving home. If you watch that vlog, I have an uphill battle. I have a normal life like other people, running the business, running the Flash Custom Designs business. I'm not your average YouTuber guy who just gets to, benefit or who has money and then all of a sudden decides to start a YouTube and they make 150, 200 grand a year or whatever. They have a super nice house. They're able to do that. I don't have a stunt channel, right? I'm not a stunt channel. You don't see me out here with, nice cars every week and having the income to continue to upgrade. No. What I did was something I learned from my father very early was consistency, hard work, and to always manage your money and live below your means so that whenever you do want something, you can do it. So, that's the type of lifestyle that I live. And this podcast, my Straight Outta Content podcast, is something that I have to continue to grind and work on. Whether or not it's bringing me money or not, I still have to keep going. And that's what this channel is about. That's what Straight Outta Content is about. Get it? I'm always straight outta content, just like many other YouTubers. And, that's something that I want you guys to really understand as I go to my mantra. The new Straight Outta Content slogan that I have, right? The new Straight Outta Content slogan is Straight Outta Content, YouTubers can relate, right? So if you're a family YouTuber, I'm talking about you're a mom or a dad and you've got bills, you've got kids, you've got everything, but you want to transition into becoming a YouTuber, right? So if you watch Straight Outta Content, you can relate. All YouTubers can relate to this process right here. People like Jack Cole, he can relate to this process right here. Doing videos for free, doing anything he can to grind year after year after year. YouTubing on a budget. I know he can, because if you go back and look at YouTubing on a budget, shout out to him, by the way. I'll put his information down below. We actually sent him some merch. He took his time to really do a full-blown unboxing on our video, which helped. It got a bunch of subscribers from that. And now he's helping other people in the city. But if you look back at his video, if you look back to his YouTube 3 years ago, he started from humble beginnings. Congratulations on him getting a new Hellcat. We bought the shirt in advance. I mean, we made the shirt for him in advance. But again, he has a Hellcat and a red eye, beautiful home, beautiful family. But it was grind of 3 years. So that's what this is about. This channel is about, YouTubers can relate. If you rock Straight Outta Content gear, if you ever purchase any gear, it's because you're a YouTuber and you understand that there's a grind to this process, and it's not freaking easy. It's not easy at all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get into my podcast and show you guys how I edit my podcast. It's nothing special. What I've been doing lately is doing a lot of Zoom podcasts so that I can get different perspectives and kind of get the content out there. Because when it's on audio, you don't really care about the visual, if it looks grainy or not. You only care about the audio, and that's a specific thing. So let's go on and let me show you how I kind of tune the audio to make it sound a lot better and get a better quality podcast for the streaming sites like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Let's go ahead and get on into it. So we're gonna go over here. As you notice, I already pulled my video in. So whatever video file that you're using, you wanna pull it in to Premiere Pro. That's the program software that I use, is Premiere Pro. It's cheap if you have a student discount. We have a student discount, so we decided to go with Premiere Pro. There are other softwares out there. I think I'll do a top 5 best editing softwares, but to me, I've gotten used to Premiere Pro, so it's something that I use. Okay, so here's my podcast. I've got me and George. I'm gonna go back to the beginning. So the first thing I do is I just pull in the raw file. Then I listen to it.
For another episode of Straight to the Content.
Hear how loud that is? That is extremely loud. That is way too loud. The podcast does not need to be that loud. As you see over here in this section, whenever we play, it's peaking extremely high, right? So to bring this down, the first thing that I do, I have like not necessarily, I have a process, right? So whenever I first edit my podcast, first thing that I do is level the peak, right? I don't even know if that's the right thing to call it, but that's what we're gonna call it. So I'm gonna go over here to effects, right? You can be in any one of these, but I'm gonna go over here to effects, then I'm gonna click DY, and that's gonna bring up dynamics. So this is what you're gonna do to cap your dB, okay? So this right here is blasting out the roof. Look how high this is. It's not level, so we wanna cap that at about, so we're gonna get dynamics. I'm gonna drag dynamics over to the sound part. Then this over here is gonna pop up. This over here pops up. You wanna scroll this down and you wanna hit right here, custom setup. For dynamics, you wanna hit edit, right? Now a little trick, you wanna play. So when you hit play, see it's going up a little higher. You wanna go to limiter. We wanna limit our dB, okay? We wanna limit our dB so that it's not going too high, right? So I like to limit my dB right around -12. So when I hit enter, after putting -12, boom, I hit it. This right here changes, and now the volume will not go above -12 dB. So this way, no matter how much yelling I do, no matter how much screaming I do, or oh my God, or something like that, it won't, even this video, right? It may be loud, but by the time I do post-editing for this video, I can scream as loud as I want, but it still will not go above 12 dB. So -12 dB. So that's what we want there. And then something that I also do is the compressor. This right here is gonna bring the bass level up. So if I feel like by capping the dB at 12, or -12 on here, the threshold, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit right here in the makeup. So we wanna make up some of that audio that we lost. I don't like to do it too high because I assume that the person that's gonna be listening to this is gonna be watching on their cell phone or something like that, and you can turn up the volume pretty loud. Cell phones today, they go pretty loud on videos. So I'm gonna turn my dB up probably like 4. But you gotta understand that when you turn the compressor up and this section right here, you can risk turning up a lot of the background noise. So that's what we don't want to do. We don't want to turn up a lot of the background noise. So you just want to turn it up just a little bit. There are some videos where people are turning this number up to like 17 to get that deep voice and make the video louder and then keep it capped. So you still can make the video louder, but you still cap it from going too high and peaking and blowing out your ears. Me, I like to just bring it up just subtle because I'm gonna go into some other settings and kind of adjust it from here. So that's the first thing that I like to do. So we wanna exit that, play the video.
No, in transparency, I was let go.
See, now it's never gonna go higher than this. And that's what we want.
It's all been a plan.
Now, we're gonna hit X out of here, gonna clear this out. Now we're gonna go, we can stay right here in effects. We're gonna go over to essential sounds. Essential sound, okay? You're gonna hit edit. Now, I like to play my video.
So that I can still have the income.
Presets. I have preset, but I'm gonna show you guys what I do by default. No pun intended. So the first thing that I do is, if this is you, I'm shooting a podcast. Great. So let's go ahead and pause this so we don't get any confusion. The first preset that they actually have is podcast voice. So what I like to do is I like to play the video and put it in podcast voice so I can then hear the difference. You got to be very selective in what you're hearing because you got to be conscious that this is going to be listened to in a car on with headphones and stuff like that. So you want the sound to be quality. So we're going to hit play.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go full blast.
We're going to hit dialogue. We're going to hit podcast voice.
Yeah, I think so.
See, now that added a little bit of echo,
I'm at half the amount of
right? So now we can hear it. We can hear it, but there's a little bit of echo. But luckily, I like to make sure I bring all these in. So creative, clip volume. Okay, so first thing I like to do is clip volume. I leave it right here. So not any higher or lower. So we're gonna click play,
whenever you go into YouTube,
hit level.
it's just a tip for anybody.
That's gonna level it out. Next thing I like to do is click loudness. I leave this here. I don't ever touch this. You can auto match it. It depends. I don't really touch it. I don't have to. But you can if you want to. But it's already checked. So this is the default in podcast voice. Next thing I click is repair. This is where if I'm under a fan, if I'm in a certain part of my house, I have a loud echo in the bottom, downstairs of my house. Because it's concrete floors and it's very high ceilings in open areas. So there tends to be a lot of echo. So something that I like to do is listen to see if I need to reduce noise or if it's good the way that it is. If I'm speaking directly into a mic, it really doesn't pick up that much echo. But sometimes if I'm under my AC conditioner, if I'm under my AC duct or something like that, then you will hear the AC fan and you want to bring that noise down. So I'm going to play the video and see if I hear how much noise do I hear.
To monetize, sooner.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about all that too. That you're
See, I don't hear any noise.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just click reduce noise just to see what I hear.
Yeah.
No, but I mean now I have the time to teach because that's my biggest thing. You know what I mean? Now I have the time. Because Shelly and I, we actually started a teaching video, but then
See?
there was a big.
Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to hit reduce noise and change all these things. And next thing you know, you start to sound like you're underwater. You don't want the, you don't want that. So I was able to click reduce noise. Its stock setting was on 3.0. It just reduces just a little bit of noise if there was any. I didn't hear too much, but it just reduces it just a little bit. So just a little fine tuning. I'm going to click play.
Like glitch. There was like a big
Deverb is something that will make your voice sound woo-woo. So I'm not going to click that. Leave it on 60 hertz. I don't have any hum. I could click de-hum, but in this specific video, I don't have any hum because I'm not under my AC duct. I'm near my window and I got the mic right in front of me, no different than any other podcast. So I'm going to click repair, pull that back up. Now we're going to go to clarity. Everything here has sounded just fine. So I'm not going to change anything. The only thing I could change, if it was a woman talking, I could change it to female. But the podcast voice preset is really good. It kind of comes with the bare minimum and the basics that you need, and then you kind of edit on top of that, depending on what you need. A lot of times you just click it, and it does exactly what you need. So far, that's basically what it's done. I've only edited a few things. Clarity, creative, that's there. So now what we're going to do is just play it.
December 5th. So I'll be doing a lot more live conferences. I'll be doing a lot more teaching videos.
Sounds clear to me. So I want to fast forward to the end because now this is where I'm going to put my intro and my outro. So I'm going to go over here. Not my Zoom meetings. Let's see. I'm going to go over here to documents in my computer. And we're going to click, where do I keep all my dang intros and outros? I keep them all in the same folder. Here we go, video intros. So first thing I like to do is put my outro on. Grab that, drag that there. Oh, it didn't drag, come on. There we go. Okay. Now, an error that you can have plenty of times, and I've had this error plenty of times. Oh, see? It's so small, it doesn't, you can't even notice it. So this right here is something that you can have many a times, right? So you'll get here and you'll be like, what the heck? Why is this so zoomed in? Right? I've had this issue so many times, and this is an issue that I'm glad that I'm filming that I'm not gonna cut out, right? You can drag and drop a clip in your video and be like, what the heck? Why is it all messed up? So you wanna come in here, you wanna right click, you wanna scroll down, and you want to hit scale to frame size. The second I hit scale to frame size, watch. Voila. Now it's in the correct frame size that it's supposed to be in. So now we're gonna grab this, we're gonna move it over to the right just a little bit because my intro isn't that long. I'm gonna go grab my intro and put this here, grab this here, connect that. We're gonna do the same thing, put the line here. And whenever you put the line, see, look at that. Look how wide that is. Look how zoomed in. We don't like that, right? Want to right click on this. We want to, I don't know why it does this. It might not do this on your computer, but it does it on my computer a lot. On my MacBook Pro, scale to frame size, boop, perfect. Now we have it there. So my intro is kind of loud, right? And what I don't want is you guys to hear my intro and to be extremely loud, and then the rest of the audio is kind of, you know, really good. So we're gonna go over here to Essential Sounds. We're gonna go over here to Effects, DY, Dynamics. We're gonna drag Dynamics over to it. Boop, we're gonna put it there. It's still selected. And we're gonna go down here to Edit. And see the limiter, it's only at 1. So we're gonna limit it to -12. Enter. I just click this just cause, just as a compressor. Hit X, play it. Now it's great. Now, what's next that I do? Oh, I like to do a transition from my, for the visual, I like to do a transition from my intro to me introducing the podcast. So go over here to Video Transitions. Again, I don't do anything spectacular or anything like that. I do very simple, but my favorite transition is dissolve, click dissolve, and then cross dissolve. That's it. So drag that here. Sometimes it can give you an error. Insufficient media, this transition will contain repeated frames. That's fine. Trust me, it's not going to contain repeated frames the second I click play. Boom, straight to the content. Eases right into the podcast. Great. So go down here to the end. I like my podcast to just shut off, right, and go straight into my end credit post or whatever the heck this thing is called. I like it to go there, so I click play. Okay, so see right here, you got me closing it out, and then you got like another second or two of me trying to click the mouse and turn off the video. So we want to cut that out, right? We want to say peace out, and then it goes right to my end credit. So let's go ahead and find this part where I say it's over.
On YouTube and FlashCustomDesigns.com, YouTube, everywhere. And y'all be safe, be basic.
Boom, right there. Y'all be safe, be basic. Now we can get even more precise. Right here, I do my 2 fingers up, be basic. I want to give it just a hair right there. So right there, click the letter C for cut. I'm going to chop it. Click the letter V for get back to the cursor. Delete that. I'm going to drag this here. Boom, we're going to hit play.
Be basic.
Boom. Perfect. That's perfect. That's exactly what I want. Be basic, deuces, out of there, goes right into my thing where you can check out more videos in the next video for you. Okay, so while this is playing on YouTube, sometimes I like to throw in some subscribe buttons and stuff like that, because they're not going to be obviously heard on the audio version. But if you're watching this, you want to see like subscribe or something like that. But the number one thing that I love to do is my lower thirds, right? So I'm going to go back to the beginning of my video. And I'm going to go over here. I'm gonna go to right to the introduction of the video. Back, okay, with another episode. So we're gonna go to Essential Graphics. Now I have a few lower thirds packet that I downloaded. I will try to put that packet in the link below, but I was able to find a free pack of about 13 or 14 lower thirds. And these are the lower thirds that I use. I don't use anything special to introduce myself. Sometimes I kind of dress the whole episode up, but this episode, I'm not necessarily gonna dress it up. I'm just gonna leave it kind of blank. Maybe the next episode, because this episode was more about a conversation more than it was about sports or anything like that. So I'm just going to leave it. Just maybe I might leave the lower third. I don't know. We'll see. But leave the lower third the whole time, or maybe like something down here at the bottom. But the first thing I like to do is introduce myself and my guest, so with a lower third. So we're gonna go over here, and I like to use this lower third. This just normal basic black and white. Again, I keep everything very basic. I don't have a huge budget or anything, and me, it's more about the content and the conversation and about the consumer learning something from my video. So I can click that. Okay, I'm not Jessica Stevenson, so we're gonna make sure that it pops up. So you wanna click it, and it should pop up right here. Let's see.
Straight to content. Here we're called.
Oh, for some reason it's not showing up.
Back with another episode of Straight to Content Podcast, brought to you by.
Okay, so if this doesn't want to show up, which is a dang error, click browse. Let's try a different one. Let's see if this one pops up.
With another episode of Straight to Content Podcast, brought to you by Straight to Content.
I don't know why my things aren't showing up, but let's see, because sometimes my computer can be weird. Let's see what happens when we drag this here, right? I'm gonna let it load. I'm gonna click on it. I'm actually going to change it. Carl Adams. And then straight Outta content podcast. Okay. Boom.
Back with another episode of Straight to Content Podcast.
Usually right here is where it shows up. Let's see if the scaling is correct. Scaling is correct. It's on 100. Yeah, I've never seen this error before, so I don't know what's going on, but this is live. Like, this is the type of stuff that I have to go through whenever editing my freaking podcast, a computer error like this. So again, but I'm not gonna shy away from it, right? You guys are watching this. This is the stuff that they don't show you when, yeah, you edit the and it's to music and it's freaking perfect. No, you may run into this exact problem. So please pay attention here, because it's not there, but it's on the timeline. So when exported, this will export with my lower third. It's just for some reason my computer is being dumb today, and that's why I prefer PC. But anyway, it's being dumb today, and it's not showing me my lower third. So I really don't know how it looks right now. I don't know where it's at on the video. I don't know. I'm gonna have to either export it or restart it, but I'm not gonna do all that. I'm actually gonna just show you that this is what I do. Let me try a different lower third, because this is what let's see if any other graphic is down. Or let's just see, are all the graphics down? Like, this is a frame that I use. So let's see what happens with the frame. Let's see if this actually recognizes. Okay, see, so it recognizes the frame, which is kind of cool. I can put a frame there. And in fact, you know what? I think I might do a frame. Yeah, I think I might do a frame. So for some reason, it's recognizing that, but it's not recognizing the lower thirds, which is extremely weird. That is extremely weird. I've never seen that before. It's never not recognized these lower thirds. But since we don't have that, let's fix it with a frame. Okay? So we got a frame. I don't want to be purple, right? So we're going to drag this here. Boop. Boom. Boom. Okay. So when this comes in, it's going to come into the frame. Boom. Okay. Perfect. round frame title, da da da. So we're gonna dress this up. We're actually gonna click this. Okay, so where it says round frame title, we're gonna change that to straight. Straight Content Podcast. We can make that smaller. We just want to get this out the way. Let's see, with special guest, George. SES, George Sarner. Okay, boom. So we got that. Let's change this ugly purple, right? I'm mostly in black and white. That's what my podcast and Straight Outta Content picture looks like. So we want to make sure that we change the right thing. So the top frame is up here. Change that to black. Once I find the right black that I like, I'll come in here, I'll copy this so I can just put it on all the other frames. Let's see. Which one is this? Left frame, we want to change that color. Paste. Boop. I'm going to go to right frame, change that color. Boop. Paste.